Hey y'all, this is so sad. I don't know if any of y'all have been following this case. It's fairly new. It's about a little boy who went missing, or I'm sorry, who was reported missing. He was reported missing on June 1st. On Monday, June 1st, he was reported missing by his mother, saying that she had him at a park and he was last seen in the restroom and he went missing, and they issued a statewide Amber Alert. Um, well, sadly, they ended up finding him. They ended up finding, or they were led to find him. They were told where he was, that he was in a dumpster. Um, they had already, been questioning, I'm sure, the mother and stuff like that. I don't know if they had any suspicion for her or whatever. But, they were doing routine questioning, and then they just didn't know what happened to him. And then her brother called and said that she had confessed, and she ended up telling the police where he was. It's just sad because a lot of this could have been possibly prevented, because however, she has lost other children in the past. Okay, she's lost 6 other kids. So, this is something that could have very well been prevented, had certain, precautions been taken and follow-ups and stuff like that. Let me just go over this real quick. This happened in Waco, Texas, okay? Laura Sanchez, who is the mother, 35, who's charged with injury to a child after the body of her 2-year-old son, Frankie Gonzales, whom she had earlier reported missing, was found in a dumpster near a North Waco church, lost custody of 6 older children several years ago over allegations and neglect. Waco lawyer Gerald Valerio confirmed on Friday. Valerio represented interest of the 6 children during proceedings to terminate Sanchez's parental rights. She not only lost custody, her parental rights were terminated, and that's because of the main part of the neglect and drug use. The main part of that was neglect and drug abuse. She was doing drugs during that time and could not stop. 2 of the dead toddler siblings were placed in foster care after Sanchez was arrested on Tuesday. Okay, now this is where I'm a little unclear. I don't know how many children she has. I see she lost custody and her parental rights of 6 older children. Okay, and the way that this is worded makes it seem like after that maybe she had 3 more kids. If y'all know the clarification of that, let me know. Comment down below, or you can email me. But I am curious to know, does she have 6 children plus little Frankie? Or is it 6 children plus 3 more, and 2 of them got taken away from her again on Tuesday, okay? So I'm just not sure about that. But if that's the case, then that makes it even worse, okay? Because she shouldn't have had any kids. Sanchez, 35, who's identified on the McLennan County Jail's online roster as Laura Jane Villalon, is held in lieu of $500,000 bond of the injury to a child charge and without bond on a parole violation stemming from a previous conviction. Sanchez told police early Monday afternoon she last saw her son, Frankie Gonzales, in the area of the restrooms near the splash pad in the Pecan Bottoms. Okay, why would your 2-year-old be in the bathroom alone or without you? That makes no sense. I don't care if you do have 2 other children. They obviously weren't old enough, and none of them should have been unsupervised in the bathroom at a park. The report led to an intensive search of the Cameron Park and the Brazos River. Sanchez, the affidavit says, told an investigator the toddler spent the weekend with her adult son in Killeen, but family members said that was a lie. The investigator interviewed Sanchez Monday evening, however, and determined she told several lies. On Tuesday, Sanchez's brother called the investigator and said his sister had confessed. The investigator returned to Sanchez, who, after she was advised of her Miranda rights, admitted that Frankie was dead in a dumpster somewhere around 27th and Park Lake. Authorities think the boy died on May 28th. Sanchez told an investigator she kept Frankie's body in her house until about May 30th, when she disposed of it in the dumpster. Okay, so she admitted that she had him in the house for a few days or whatever, and then put him in the dumpster. It does not say how the toddler died. Autopsy results were still pending on Friday, but foul play is suspected. Frankie did not die of natural causes. Officers responded to the Pecan Bottoms area just before 2 p.m. on Monday, and about an hour later closed the park entirely. While Waco Fire Department rescue crews searched the nearby Brazos River, officers spread out throughout the park. Bloodhounds from a Texas Department of Criminal Justice unit in Gatesville were brought in to help the search. A statewide Amber Alert was issued for the youngster just after 7:30 p.m. Monday, after the hours-long search of the park came up empty. But Bynum said during a news conference on Tuesday afternoon investigators determined the toddler was never in the park. The information found throughout the investigation confirmed that Frankie was never taken to Cameron Park, and the missing child report that was initially called in was a diversion to Frankie's actual whereabouts. Police found the toddler's body at around 8 a.m. on Tuesday in a dumpster near Park Lake Drive Baptist Church at 3701 North 27th Street, about 2.5 miles from the park, he said. Investigators impounded Sanchez's car. "This is a tragic scene," Bynum said after the body was found on Tuesday. "This is a very tragic thing that we're having to deal with. We are, as a police department, we are hurting. This is a very hard thing for officers to work." "We are all parents as well." The warrant for Sanchez's arrest was issued at around noon Tuesday. Sanchez was arrested at the Waco Child Advocacy Center, according to a police report. The dumpster near a garage outside the church, around which a makeshift memorial was placed, will be removed from the property and replaced with another dumpster. This is so sad. This is so heartbreaking, this little 2-year-old baby right here, he deserved so much more than that. And this woman, she did not deserve to have children, and this is a problem that we have a lot. When someone loses custody of their children, for abuse and neglect and drug use and stuff like that, when they have other children, they should be monitored, because there is a reason why the previous children got taken away. Okay, and I do know that sometimes, and a lot of times, they do take children away from innocent parents. It happens all the time. Sometimes they don't want to hear what you got to say or whatever. Somebody could just make multiple allegations and lie and get your kids taken away. Okay, these are things that do happen. And that's sad, because they take children away from some parents who are loving parents and who don't deserve to have their kids taken away. And then there's people like Miss Sanchez right here, who does not deserve children and who killed her child and all of that, and she's continuing to be able to have more kids, and it makes no sense. And this is a very, very big problem that we have in our country, and I'm sure all over the world where they have, authorities like DCF and Child Protective Services. But, we see this a lot over here, and I know especially in the state of Florida, you see it a lot. And it's just, when are they going to wake up? When are people going to realize that if you monitor, if people have their children taken away and they have another child, they should be monitored. And I know it sucks for the ones that are innocent, maybe who are innocent and still ended up losing their previous children, yeah, it might be bad for them, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Like this right here, had this woman been monitored, or them saying, you know what, she's unfit and we're going to go ahead and remove little Frankie and the other siblings from the home, this would have never happened. I mean, I don't know what she did to him. We don't know yet, but it just is so heartbreaking. And I mean, this woman is obviously not right in the head at all. I mean, not only has she, did she have problems before, okay, she lost her children before, she had some issues or whatever, but now with the new children that she has with Frankie, not only did she do something to kill him, but she kept his body in the house for days and then dumped him in a dumpster. All those are signs of someone who is not mentally stable at all. Okay? Like, this lady has no mental conscious, there's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong. And this is someone who is not fit to have children at all. And it's another sad, sad story, and a very, terrible things that happen, in the justice system, and it just, like, these kids should have been protected, but instead it's, like I said, I've seen it. They've taken kids from innocent homes or loving homes for false allegations, and then things like this, they let it just go, and I mean, they really need to tighten up, because when people have children removed for abuse and neglect and stuff like that, when you have kids removed from the home, there should be something that pops up in the system when they have another kid that alerts them to, be like, hey, this person is pregnant, or this person's gonna, is close to having another child, or this person had a kid. I mean, we have social security numbers. We have them for a reason, to be tracked. They track everything else we do. Why not track the safety of children? That's the sad part of it. It's just, there's no protection for babies out here. I mean, it really isn't. For these little children out here, it's just, seems like there's no protection, and it's sad. But I'm going to continue to follow this case. I will update y'all whenever, as things progress. It's just so sad. It's so sad that he didn't have a chance to, to go to a loving home, or find people that care about him. It's just, poor little baby. So freaking cute. 2 years old. So sad. Y'all leave your comments and feedback below. If y'all would like to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook. My links are down below. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time I talk to y'all, have a wonderful day. I love y'all. God bless and stay safe.